The world premiere of Maxine, the final installment in T. West's X trilogy, happened this week. This film follows an adult film star striving to break into Hollywood while evading the notorious Night Stalker in 1980s Los Angeles. Central to this trilogy is Mia Goth, who played a significant role in shaping the two characters she portrays across these films: Maxine Minx, a porn star, and Pearl, a murderer seen both as a young woman and an embittered old crone. The unexpected success of the franchise catapulted Goth into the spotlight, making her a dedicated horror star whose involvement promises grandiose fervor. Goth has become the most compelling scream queen of our decade. Before X, Goth already had a presence in horror films, but her career was primarily characterized by its eccentricity and her relationship with Shia LaBeouf. At just 20, Goth made her debut in Lars von Trier's Nymphomaniac, a two-part drama about a self-diagnosed sex addict recounting her numerous relationships to a strange. Goth portrayed a 15-year-old, known only as P, whom the protagonist, played by Charlotte Gainsbourg, is convinced to groom as an apprentice. Although there's no real sex in Nymphomaniac, von Trier's use of digital compositing to superimpose porn actors' genitals onto the film's actors created a convincing illusion, notably in a scene where Goth's character has sex with LaBeouf's character in an alleyway. Goth's performance in Nymphomaniac was fearless, even if she appeared somewhat inexperienced for such a significant project with limited material to work with. She mentioned to Collider that the film created a blueprint for me in terms of the kind of material that I wanted to work on with the types of directors and that kind of caliber of cast. Goth's subsequent roles included a mix of genres, such as the horror film A Cure for Wellness and the period drama Emma. However, it was in horror where she found her true calling. Besides the X trilogy, her notable horror projects include Brandon Cronenberg's Infinity Pool, the Suspiria remake, and the horror-tinged sci-fi High Life. Next up for Goth is Guillermo del Toro's much-anticipated adaptation of Frankenstein. The definition of a scream queen has evolved along with horror cinema. Once seen as the helpless victim, the one shrieking in fear while fleeing the killer, the women in horror, past and present, are now just as likely to be the ones causing the carnage. A scream queen can be a hero, villain, or both, but she must be captivating whether she's dying or killing. Mia Goth epitomizes this magnetism as a genre queen. A quintessential scream queen must have the ability to produce a truly effective, blood-curdling scream. It requires complete abandonment of self-consciousness, focusing solely on producing the most attention-grabbing noise possible. Many low-grade horror films feature actors who fall short in this regard. Those who can deliver, however, become legendary. Cheryl Lee's scream as Laura Palmer in David Lynch's Twin Peaks universe embodies the essence of evil, enveloping the viewer in its intensity. Goth's scream has a similar quality, reminiscent of a Lynchian heroine perpetually fleeing from malevolence. Yet, Goth's chilling smile is even more memorable than her scream. In the most famous scene from Pearl, Goth maintains a rictus grin of unhinged murderous joy for several minutes as the credits roll. This scene went viral, exemplifying the unique magic of Goth's horror persona, operatic madness, whether victim or perpetrator. Her characters are raw emotional messes, fitting perfectly within the horror genre's ecosystem. These are women driven by rage, fighting desperately as if their futures depend on it. Goth's horror roles are both consumed by and empowered by the genre. Goth's personal life has also been turbulent. While working on Nymphomaniac, she and LaBeouf began a relationship. They married in 2016 but separated 2 years later. Footage of LaBeouf being intimidating towards her at a gas station in Berlin went viral. After their split, LaBeouf entered a relationship with FKA Twigs, who is now suing him, alleging a prolonged campaign of abuse and intimidation, including knowingly infecting her with an STD. Despite these accusations, Goth reunited with LaBeouf, and they now have a daughter together. It's challenging to separate Goth the actress from the disquieting feelings surrounding her relationship with LaBeouf. Goth embodies feminine rage and horror so completely, yet her off-screen life involves a man accused of hating women. This dichotomy between her on-screen and off-screen personas is striking. While Goth has expressed a desire to move beyond horror, no one remains a scream queen forever. She certainly has the talent to transition should she choose to. She is one of the few actors still attached to the troubled Marvel Studios production of Blade, naturally fitting into a vampire movie. Regardless of the genre, Mia Goth's future performances are eagerly anticipated as she continues to take control of her career.